Hello and welcome, this is Rooflemonger, and this is my top 10 special moves in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now this is actually a refresh of the list, very similar list we made months and months ago when the game was much newer, so this is kind of the updated version of that list. Now this should go without saying, but I do gotta say it, and I know people are already gonna not hear this because they're already skipping forward because I put timestamps, but this is fully my opinion only. You are more than okay to disagree with me. That's just, the nature of it. It's a very opinionated list, right? It's my opinion, so that's how it's going to be, right? But with all that out of the way here, let's just go right to number 10. So coming here at number 10 is Trunks' Change the Future attack. So this move is an absolutely absurd hitbox, and it is very low risk just to chuck these guys out here. And also, one thing to note here is you have some armor frames here against light projectile attacks, and this will also carry through to the hold part move where you just dash forward doing nothing. But as you see here at the very end, it won't kind of carry through the whole way, but yeah, it's low risk, low reward, I guess. If you manage to catch someone in the corner, you can definitely get a full combo, which is pretty cool, as you can see there. But yeah, you can kind of just spam it a little bit if you don't know what else to do in neutral. As just in a hitbox, you ain't homing dashing through it, you ain't jumping over it. Unless you're way in the sky, there is just no avoiding it. The move is also completely safe on block if you happen to be very close when you do it. And overall, it's just a really, really good tool. Number 9 on our list is Guldo. So we're going to cheat here and just say it's both versions here, both the projectile, which is his only tracking projectile. Like, yes, Raccoon also has a beam, but, there's a bit of startup and obviously it doesn't track. But less important than that is actually just the main Guldo paralysis. So Guldo here, if he manages to connect, you will be stuck in place, which is fantastic. He basically gets a full combo, right? And also, if you block it, it is an incredibly high block stun move. You are in place for quite a bit. Now, one of the key things here about Guldo that makes him very, 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 very strong is simply this. Since Guldo does not count as an assist, no summons in this game count as assists, this means you have 0 cross-up protection against Guldo. So, in that scenario here, if you were not basically immediately blocking cross-up, you got hit. And then you're going to get full comboed. So that is incredibly strong. And this applies to basically every character. Also applies to, say, Android 18. When she calls 17, you have no cross-up protection from him in certain setups. So much the same for Guldo. And Guldo, you can make happen basically every time Guldo's up. All you got to do is do whatever block string, call an assist, call Guldo, and here comes this basically unseeable cross-up, and hope you block the other way. So for this, and basically this alone, let alone, hey, projectile's pretty neat, Guldo makes it in at number 9. At number 8 is Broly's Grab. Broly's Grab is basically the scariest compunction of the character here, because you are always in threat of being grabbed. Doesn't matter if it's the raw grab here, the light. I'm sure a lot of people know all about the medium one, because the medium is a big slow one here. The one that lets you get a full combo in the corner. And also, if you have enough bars and right team setup, you have a dead character touch of death in the corner. And you can check a few videos back from this one if you want to see those kind of setups. But yeah, it's just very scary. And it kind of goes against a lot of the rules here of how throws work in this game. Because, a Dragon Rush is a Dragon Rush, sure. But, I can't jab, and then go right into a Dragon Rush. However, in this, I can absolutely go into a block string and cancel my block string into a grab. And if we use the EX grab, not only does it have ridiculous range, we also get a full combo from mid-screen anywhere we want. And yeah, it's just scary. And also, just like everything Broly has, all these have armored startups. So even if you try to jab him out of it, he's going to tank your hit and grab you anyways. And God forbid you get cornered, grabbed, even a light grab. If you have an appropriate amount of bars, say we have 4 bars here for our characters, even one light grab can spell doom, because then something like this can happen. Because Broly has ridiculous synergy with a lot of characters in this game. So even the smallest grab can lead to an absurd amount of damage. So yeah, this is the reason why everyone's scared of Broly. Sure, the good normals are certainly nice, and the armor is alright. Although, armor doesn't last very long, really. It's not that big of a deal for most moves. But yeah, in the end, everyone's just terrified of the grabs, and rightfully so. So, at number 8 is Broly's Grabs. Here at number 7 is Piccolo's Homing Ball. This move is still just eminently useful. Can't really say too much more than that. You know, obviously it is a weak projectile. You can dash through it. But, you know, it has a holdable version here if you want a different style of projectile. And the move was buffed in the recent Big Balance patch. Meaning that you can actually use it now in some corner combos, meaning you can get more damage in corner combos. And for Piccolo, hey, that's always a good thing. You know, the corner combos are kind of where his bread is buttered, right? But yeah, it's just the old annoying classic, oh, you know, we're going to try to homing dash through it, right? Well then, oh, I'm going to bait you out, you know, down heavy you, and just even at all levels of play, it's still eminently applicable. It's just a great frustration move. It is obviously also his assist, and it is one of the better assists in the game for it. And just, it's an all-around decent move. I don't think anyone could argue against it. It's just a really good pressure move, and now it is also a good combo move in the corner as well. So all in all, just a great move. Coming in here at number 6 is simply put Vegeta's Uppercut. It is not the only invincible move in the game, but of the invincible moves in the game, it's basically the best one. As you well know here, the medium version, ground or air, is fully invincible 100%, and so is the EX. And if you happen to be in the air, then also the light version is fully invincible as well, because it's invincible to air attacks. And so yeah, like a big part of his game plan is just simply harassing you with his basically best-in-class basic key blasts, trying to make you to want to do the homing dash, because, you know, otherwise it's going to frustrate you and frustrate you and frustrate you, and eventually you're going to crack, and then boom, you get uppercutted, right? And simply put, you know, it gets worse from there, so you can get baited. You know, that's a nice little chunk of health here, you know, that not ideal, you know, and that can also be a level 3, much worse for you. And, you know, it could even be a potentially dead character depending on what's going on, something like this. In a tense match situation, I'm sure that's nowhere even near optimal, right? That's just one I just invented. In a tense match situation, that's all you need. And let alone the whole, you know, I'm just going to mash this during block strings or whatever, right? Or I'm just going to mash it on wake up. It's a move you got to respect at all levels of play, every possible situation, because it's always just going to get you, because it's just so good. These moves are so rare, and of those rare moves, this is easily the best one. Coming in here at number 5 is 18's Partner Attack, and specifically, we're going to talk about the medium version of Partner Attack, because otherwise, you know, it's the single most versatile move in the game, because there's so many permutations, right? But yeah, the medium version of Partner Attack, in the air and in the ground, leads to a lot of crazy shenanigans. In the air, it's basically block string city, you know, tons of mix-ups. It's also great combo fodder. Can really extend their combos. Is really, really good. And depending on, you know, your corner combo setups, so you can even like do it into a Dragon Rush, depending on how everything worked out. This is just really cool that way. And the medium version here on the ground leaves you a very advantage on block. As you can see, you can kind of move while 17's doing his thing. And it's just really, really good. Usually you're going to need an assist to set it up, right? Because like something like this by itself, there's a gap there. Like you can reflect or do something in there. Much the same here, you know, there's a bit of a startup there. So you need some kind of, you know, assist to cover at least part of the gap. But yeah, just between that and just the fact too, it's one of the best wake-up covering moves in the game. So we have something very basic here. We do our thing, and then we call 17, and he can kind of cover all aspects of the wake-up, right? So for that, recombo ability, block strings, the Oki situations, and all in all, it's just a wildly fantastic move. Here at number 4 is Bardock's Rebellion Spear. Now, one complaint that can be levied against Bardock is he's an easy mode character, right? Well, very few things in this game are more easy mode than Light Rebellion Spear into assist. Just this very simple concept alone is, if you had time to look at this, you've already lost neutral, right? And, you know, either, oh cool, full combo, that's nice, or even if it gets blocked, then we're massively plus in your face, right? So that in and of itself is all it takes. The move is wickedly fast, air okay too, and obviously we also have the other versions here, including the medium one here, which they get in there for an Oki setup, but also got a buffed in that it's basically a Dragon Punch now against air attacks. Yeah, and all in all, let alone like some of the side switch gimmicks the X version has. Just the light version alone would rate this list, let alone everything else. But yeah, just whatever random thing of Rebellion Spear, Light Rebellion Spear into assist is good enough here. This is one of the reasons people complain about Bardock, because once again here, why play neutral when you just go bleh and you win neutral just on the spot, right? But yeah, Rebellion Spear, an absolutely absurd move. Coming in here at number 3 is Majin Buu's Fat Toss. Now, the original list we made is many months old, right? And at that time, Majin Buu definitely was not matured as a character. But now that you know a lot of people how to use Majin Buu correctly, Fat Toss easily makes it this far up the list. So in and of itself, it's a capture state. You hit it, you know, full combo, right? That's fantastic. That's great. The big thing though is usually you get it in the middle of a combo, and then you wait for it to end, and now it's, hey, guess the mix-up, right? And that's kind of its real strength. And, you know, there's videos about that, even on my channel. You can check that, not alone anywhere else. But it doesn't really end there. Like, say we get you in the corner. It is basically one of the easiest cover all wake-ups moves possible, right? Like, I don't really have to guess any kind of particular timing. I can just, you know, forward dash or back dash or whatever, you know, or manual timing, toss it, and if you up tech, back tech, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can wake up reflected all you want, but then Majin Buu's just staring at your face, ready to go, while you're still just actively deflecting, right? So for the mix-ups, for the completely amazing Okizeme it offers, it's just really good. And you know what? It's not even the worst move to toss out every now and then randomly, because if it connects, the reward is really big, because then, you know, it's full combo time. So for all these reasons, obviously the mix-up being the strongest of them all, the Fat Toss makes this list and handily so. Coming in at number 2 is simply beams. I'm not going to delineate which beam because, you know, the numbers are different for each one here, like frame startup and all that. But just the concept of the beam itself. Any beam is good. Even like one with slow startup like Yamcha is still good. Covers a regular amount of the screen here. Easily hit convertible into vanish to a vanish combo. For the most part, as long as you space it out and don't just go belligerent, it's very low risk. Because obviously, if you're way up here and you you know, want to toss out a beam, you know, you can get homing dashed on for free, right? And much the same if the guy's like way above you and you're on the ground. But just the versatility of the beam, it can't be argued. It's just so good. It's better than any other kind of projectile, simply put. There are certain times in like certain edge cases where non-beam projectiles can be better than the beam projectile, but overall it's just really good. You got really good examples like, you know, the old Cell Beam here, right? Very strong move to say the least. And it's just simply a versatility thing here. You know, the beam won't win you the game by itself, sure, but the threat of it is always there, and the fact you can just kind of, you know, a lot of the characters can toss them in at weird angles and all that kind of stuff here. They're just really good. Can't say much more than that. It's just a toolbox of a move, to say the least. Coming in at number 1 is the Purple Comet Attack. So this was my pick when I first made this list months and months ago, and you know what? Months and months later, I still stand by it. This is overall the best move in the game. Now, the only thing that obviously holds this move back is, you know, it's part of the rotation, right? So you do your move, and then next up is Guldo. But guess what? You know, Guldo, he ain't bad neither. Guldo's pretty decent, as we saw earlier in the list. So yeah, it's once again, if you could just do this move over again, like if you can do it at will, Ginyu would be the best character in the game, straight up. Because when this move happens, and if you've ever fought any Ginyu, you know just as well as I know, when this move happens here, it is all about Ginyu. You gotta play scared, because this move is stupid strong. Like, hey, can you homing dash route? Does it count as a light projectile? Sure it does. But that doesn't really matter. Like, as you can see there, like, it's not even that reliable of a tool, as you still got smacked because the move is just so active. It just puts you in complete lockdown. It just dominates every part of the screen. There's no avoiding it because it'll come and track you either way. So it doesn't really matter what you do here. Like, you can try to vanish on me, right? It'll still track you wherever you are. And it doesn't go away just because Ginyu got hit. Simply put, it's a wildly oppressive move. You are never happy to see it on screen if you're up against it, and Ginyu is always happy to have it on screen, right? It is just simply put, overall, the best move in the game, as far as special moves are concerned, in my opinion. And there you have it. So that is the video. I'm sure maybe some of these moves you agree with, some of these moves you disagree with. As always, feel free to post in the comments below. And once again, I gotta say it again, my opinion only. You are more than free to disagree with it. It's just, my choices for the top 10. Anyways, that concludes this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.